Well, hello and welcome back to the Lynn Life. What you see behind me is my snowbank at the end of my driveway. This is what I see when I back out, which is kind of dangerous because it's all I see. You have to kind of get in the car really quick, look down the road, get in the car really quick, and then pull out. But I thought today, since a lot of people seem to watch the last video, that I would do an update. Since today is the first day, it hasn't been snowing. And everybody's kind of been finishing up our cleanup. So, let's get going. My name is Jonathan, and I'm a caregiver for my wife Lynn, who has a permanent brain injury. Things are a bit different now, but we're doing the best that we can. Join us as we experience the Lynn Life. Well, I'm actually going to get in the car and we're going to take a look at some of the banks, the snowbanks that are around, and some of the situations that we're experiencing up here in upstate New York, central New York, due to the massive amounts of lake effect we've had in the last week. And today's errand day because it's not snowing today, so I'm getting things done. I've been out in Rome, New York. That's where the car dealership is that I got my car in, and I had it serviced. I had an oil change, I've had tires rotated, and I got an inspection. And while I was out there, I noticed how much snow and the banks and what it's like to drive in this stuff, because it's tough to see, tough at intersections to see if somebody is coming. So I enticed Justin to come with me so he can help me with some of the shooting, and I enticed him by saying, "Hey, I tell you what, I'll buy you a cup of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts." And he goes, "And you're buying?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, I'll come." So that's where we're gonna go, and I have to pick up a prescription for myself. The pharmacies keep sending me notification that you better pick this up or we're going to send it back, because the last several days I haven't been out. So we're going to go do that, and we're going to take a look at some things. I'll show you what some of these snowbanks look like. Some of them are as tall as a 2-story house. Pretty incredible. Now, I've acquired some pictures that were taken north of us in an area called the Tug Hill Plateau, where they get even more snow than we do. And I believe we've gotten well over 100 inches of snow so far this season. But there are areas up there that have gotten over 200 inches of snow, which is just incredible. And what worries me is the flooding this spring when all this stuff starts to melt. Just incredible. There have been a lot of roof collapses up there as well. So yeah, it's really quite an issue. But I'm going to take you around and show you what we got going here in the car. First, let me go get my mail, if I can lean over and get this. Okay, it's a trick. That's a trick to get the mail. It's all of this out here in front here is ice, and we're gonna have to chisel it out, but it's difficult. So we are getting mail, so that's good. Yeah, this is my view from my car window when I back up. I see this, I see this, I see this, and then eventually you can see. So it's a little scary. Okay, we're about to pull out of the driveway now. I got to look at the aides car on one side, and we don't really, as you can see, we don't see much. Was there a car coming? I'm gonna go forward again a little bit. Look down the road. No car coming yet. This one. Okay, we gotta hurry up and go fast. Nobody coming on the other side. So I'm hoping nobody. Car's beeping at me. Okay. All right. we got out. Okay, I'm at an first intersection, and it's tough. You really got to inch out before you can actually see anybody. And that's the tough part, right? So, yeah, some of these roofs, that's a problem too for residential, because you're going to form ice dams up there. You know, we've been trying to keep up on ours. I'm waiting this weekend. There's a possibility that it actually warms up this weekend a little bit, and I'll be able to, you know, do something with my roof. All right, so I'm going down the road. As you see, there's a lot of banks on either side. People's driveways are. You got to be a very defensive driver in this, because sometimes you can't see a car backing out. Let's see if we get some good examples here. Going through an area not far from my home. You can see some of the banks. They're very, very high, 6 to 10 feet high. Right over here, there's a very high bank. And if you go into like the supermarkets area, you know, where they pile up the snow, those things are at least, I don't know, 20, some cases 30 feet high. So the big concern is when this melts, when all this snow melts, there's going to be massive flooding, unless it melts very slowly. And that could start this weekend. There's a possibility of the temperature getting above freezing, and there's no precipitation, at least in the forecast. So that means it would just melt on its own very, very gradually. And that's what needs to happen. And to kind of bring down the snow level, bring down these banks, and prevent flooding later on. But if it were to warm up enough later this spring and start raining on top of this, then we're in trouble. Everybody's in trouble. In fact, the little town or little village we were just going through several years ago got such a rainstorm, and there are several gaps here where there's not a house. It's because they got flooded so bad that these homes were bulldozed later. So that can be a big problem. And we're actually going over the culprit right here, the creek, in a minute after we go over the railroad tracks. And that creek will rise dramatically and cause a lot of flooding, along with other areas, you know, where we live. Truck with a plow. See a lot of pickup trucks with plows, plowing people out, trying to get ahead of this. Yeah, this is the first day that it really hasn't snowed. And actually last night we had a little dusting up in Rome where I was earlier. They had a little bit more. You could tell on all the trees and everything, and it was some fresh snow up there. But yeah, I was on a truck with a plow. They're all out. And I'm going to pull into the grocery store parking lot. That's where I got to go anyways to get my prescription. And I'm going to show you what a real snowbank looks like when they're immense. And then after that, we'll go over here to Dunkin' Donuts, and Justin and I will get our coffee. Now, behind me, this is a bank. This is a snowbank, and it's probably already kind of compressed down. But I will. I'm going to turn around here, and then I'm going to show you what this thing looks like. This is. I don't know if you're going to get the whole idea how tall this is, but I don't know. I guess that's at least 15 feet. I mean, it's more than. It's tall. Probably the top is almost as tall as my home, I guess. close to it, it's a massive pile of snow, and then you see it extends way down there. Yeah, because this is a parking lot, and there's nowhere to pull it, and you're losing parking spaces here too. So all the parking lots start getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Got my prescription, and now we'll go get some coffee. Then we gotta head home because I have a grocery order being delivered to the house. That's another thing that I do, and if weather's bad, that's okay. But when we don't have aid service, obviously I can't go out and go grocery shopping. So I place an order at Walmart and they deliver it to my home. And I do that periodically throughout the winter, because this week we did have several days, at least 3 days, I think, total, that we did not have aid service. So that's why I wasn't able to get out and do things, in addition to the weather. So it's okay. It's okay. We're doing fine. But I could use a nice hot cup of coffee, and then we'll head home and we'll check out. Maybe I'll go a different route, and we'll check out, some of the other homes and their roofs and things like that, and see what that looks like. Okay. A large hot caramel crazed or craze?
Craze, I think.
Caramel craze signature latte. Dunkin' Donuts. That is delicious. That is delicious. No wonder you agreed to come. Yeah, this is good. All right, so we're going to head out. Justin's going to shoot through the window. And maybe we'll take a different route. We'll go up around a little bit and see what the banks look like, so I can be home in time for my grocery delivery. Okay, so we're going a different way here, a little less traveled route, so you can really see these snowbanks. The roofs that I'm seeing here, most of them, like a lot of people have taken care of them and pulled the snow down, either with a snow rake like we did, because that is a big issue. I'm going to go up here and take a right. The other thing to mention too is living where we do, we have very good snow removal. As soon as the snow stops coming down, we're pretty much cleared out. It happens really quick around here because we have all the resources. We're used to it. But you still have to deal with what's left over, all the banks, all the snow on the ground that has to eventually melt. And it's rough. You still see right here, there's still some snow on the road. I think that's more from drifting. It's been very windy too, on top of all the snow we've gotten. And yeah, this is an area where I often ride my e-bike, which I wouldn't right now. Even if there wasn't any snow, I wouldn't right now, because it's in the teens outside with a wind chill bringing it below zero. The wind chill really will stop you dead in your tracks. So the snow is definitely not melting at all. There's no thaw, and we desperately need a gradual one, to get rid of this snow. The house here has got quite a bit of snow on it to our right. Yeah, that's an issue. ice dams forming at the edge of your roof, and then water builds up and it eventually leaks into your home. Causes a lot of damage. And that house has a lot over there. So, yeah, it's, and of course, intersections are an issue. Now, our town, I believe, at intersections, they have, this is an intersection here, I can tell right off the bat, that they have cut the banks down. They'll literally take the snow and they put it in a dump truck and haul it away so that you can see at the intersections. We have a very good snow, our town highway department is very good. We're very fortunate. So you see the road is completely bare here. It only takes a day. And it looks like this. And there's no large amount of snow in the forecast right now. So that's good. Maybe a dusting, maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches. That's nothing for us. And that we can deal with. So then you can kind of catch up on this, and if by Saturday, Sunday, it gets up around in the high 30s or 40 even, it melts, it starts melting. Snow melts quickly when the temperature is above freezing. That's what we need. Yeah. So this is my neighborhood. This is an area where I've shot footage from the handlebars of my e-bike before. Same route. If you want, you can go back and compare. And it looks a lot different now. All this snow, big snowbanks. It's also dangerous for people that walk along this route because there's no sidewalk and there's no edge of the road to get onto. So you have to kind of be aware of people that may need to walk along the road. Or maybe they're just out getting their mail, trying to get their mail like I did earlier from that little hole in a bank that I have for a mailbox. It's a lot of work. A lot of snow means a lot of work. Well, back home now, and the roof is another thing that, now I have a roof rake and I have raked snow down. There is still a lot of ice up there and it's solid, so I gotta wait till almost this summer, this weekend. It's supposed to warm up a little bit and hopefully I can pull some more of that down. I had mentioned earlier about our highway department and how good they are, and we also have an excellent fire department. I want to tell you about something I saw just the other day, a couple days ago. It was at night, and I saw flashing lights out front, and immediately go to the window, and I noticed there were a couple fire trucks and an emergency vehicle, and behind them there had to have been at least 10 firemen walking in their fireman gear, helmets and everything, and they all had shovels, and they were walking down the road slowly, making sure there wasn't somebody, especially like an elderly person or something, who was stranded in their home and needed to be shoveled out. And that's why they had the paramedic vehicle there as well, in case somebody needed medical assistance. That was a great thing to see. It's a great thing to see that your community is there to help. And we live in a good community. I'm very happy about that. So hopefully this is the last time I have to post something about snow. I hope it's done. There's a lot left here. I might have to post something later on about flooding. Hope I don't, but I might. So that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Wind Line.